Hi guys, this is Goddess Runix here, and for investigation or something, investigation skills. So I'm in here trying to fix a salad, and I've been getting downloads pretty much all night, but because I'm still unbinding from this death spell, I'm very uncomfortable, and I can't really have nothing on my head. And y'all already saw me without nothing on my head. Because I can't afford to get a haircut. So, because I want to keep my hair short. I don't want it long. But anyways, I've been having downloads. So I'm comfortable now. So I'm going to do a few downloads. So, pagan druids. Oh, who? I'm hearing water running and I'm like, what is that? But somebody's in the bathroom. My mind is in the spiritual realm. So sounds are weird to me right now. Okay, so what I'm getting is I'm putting things. Oh, I said pagan druids, right? Pagan druids. This is what I'm learning about myself. I'm learning that I learn through patterns. I see patterns. I see sequences, simulations. I see things, and a lot of I see patterns. I see patterns within society. I see patterns in history. I see patterns in the news. I see patterns everywhere. So the main thing that if I care a lot about people, so when I see patterns that mimic my pattern, which is the having a father figure that's really not there. Even though I had my stepdad with me, well, at the time I didn't know he was my stepdad, but even though he was there, he was not a father. So I didn't have a stepfather, even though he lived in the same house. Like, I didn't have him, and I didn't have my real father. So when I see patterns with other people, I try to fix that, or um, I try to help in a way. So when it came to my twin, I saw the same pattern and I tried to help. And I'm starting to realize that people do not understand, they don't understand where I'm coming from. I know how I feel without having my father. I just don't want nobody else to feel like that. I don't want, so it's like I see a lot of patterns and I see a lot of things people that are doing, and they may not understand or know what they're doing as they're doing it. And I try to say and express, but I'm not doing it right. But the pagan druids, druids, they saw in patterns and they seek the wisdom, and that is what I'm trying to do. Is I see patterns, and I'm through my own experience, I'm giving people information and wisdom and how they can make their lives better and do um, not repeat that pattern. So now I'm starting to understand that people don't really know where I'm coming from, and people think that I don't know. spirit is being called. I was thinking about something else, which was the spirit's calling me to just really talk about me and my beliefs. Okay. So pagan druids believe in a lot of different other gods and goddesses. That everything has a breath. Everything has a spirit, just like God breathed life into us. Gods and goddesses breathe life into everything that's living. Everything has a life force. So I don't believe in just one God. When when there's so many other different domains where gods could hold power. What am I saying? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, that's really what it is. I see patterns everywhere, and I try to talk about those patterns and maybe how you can change it. So that's a little bit about what pagan druids are. See, I have to write things down. I need to start writing things down because I get downloads and then I want to go on the camera and speak about it. I know one download that I was thinking about, since this might be an it might be so because this might be an ongoing case. I remember. See, the thing about me is I can do multiple things. I'm multifaceted, okay? So when I flew to Cleveland, Ohio to visit my grandma in February, I got there February 19th to 19th, sorry, not flicking you off. February 19th, 2021. I flew in there that night about 10 o'clock, I think. And I met my grandmother. And I'm thinking that finally, I met my dad's family. And so I'm thinking, okay, it's good and everything, right? But see, the thing about me is I'm multifaceted. So I got drunk that night talking to my aunt and talking to my cousin's wife, the one that I went to the wedding in 2022, August of 2022, which I really wasn't invited to. Hey, I'm doing a video that I wasn't really invited to. I was sitting there drunk, and I was talking, and I was telling them that I felt like I was robbed of my father, which I was. And I'm sitting there drunk and pouring my heart and soul out, because that's what you do when you're drunk. But I'm peeping the looks that they're giving each other. I'm peeping it. Like I said, I'm multifaceted. You think I'm out of my mind, but I'm not. I will sit here and cry and read you at the same time. That's just the type of person I am. So I'm sitting there crying, drunk, spilling out, saying shit. But I'm peeping them. I'm peeping their looks at the same time. And I'm looking like, why are they looking at each other like that? Why are they giving each other looks? But I'm peeping. Like I said, I'm multifaceted. I can do multiple things at the same time. So I'm crying, drunk, but I'm peeping their looks. And I'm like, what's going on? Just keep up the act. Just keep up the act. So I keep up the act. And I finally be like, well, what happened? And she said they don't know what happened. It maybe was a stroke. And then she said, well, they did an autopsy and they still don't know what happened. So she's like, they think it might be a stroke. But see, the thing about it though is, what did I say about the depth spot? They put it on my left side. So all of these muscles on my left side, I have to relearn how to use it, right? Because that's what happens to stroke victims, right? One side is paralyzed. So that's what I've been doing, is unbinding. It's really one side that I've been trying to rebuild. And that's what it's going to look like with him. But see, this probably with my dad, because again, there was another reading that said, well, what would happen to your dad will happen to you. And that's why. Oh, shoot. In the very beginning, in the very beginning, what was I about to say? Hey, turn that down. Okay, so I'm back. I have to get this out. Sorry about the mess. I really don't want. I'm very superstitious. I don't want the broom in the camera. But that's whatever. So I hope you guys can hear me. This is not easy, but I'm learning that, sidebar, I'm learning that there's things that, because I sit here and I wonder how I'm going to learn how to do all the things that I have done before. And I'm noticing that things happen and I'm sitting up here and I'm having to look up. I lost control of my muscles. With the depth spell, it took the whole left side. So it's like I'm having to relearn how to do certain things with regarding my muscles and my body. So then it's like, and I sit here and I worry because I'm a Virgo. I worry a lot. And I'm like, how am I going to relearn how to do this, how to do that, how to do this? But I'm learning that there's certain things that happen in my life to where it allows me to exercise those muscles that I just unbinded to where, so me, the biggest thing right now, the biggest thing right now is, the muscles in my head. That's why I can't really have nothing on my head because it's irritating. I have to move my shirt. So if I'm trying not to really do anything. This is not a good place. Because I don't want to, I don't want to show anything. Because I know a lot of people are saying a lot of things about, oh, you're flashing and you're this and you're that. No, the thing about it is if you went through a depth spell, you would understand what I'm doing. Because to my understanding, not too many people have gotten out of a depth spell. So a lot of you guys need to shut your fucking mouth. Because you know what? You can't do what I just did. And a lot of you that are complaining are probably within that group that put the death spell on me. Like I'm some type of fucking circus animal. And you're watching me show you how I'm getting out of this. See, I had a dream about this. I had a dream where I was locked up in my room, lights all bright, and it was like this hooded figure was by the window. And because I'm a fighter, I'm a warrior, I'm wanting to fight it. I'm seeing this hooded figure by my window, and I'm locked in my room and the lights are up like I'm an animal in the cage. And naturally, I want to fight. So I'm trying to fight it, and it's just standing there looking at me. And this is a hooded figure. This is a figure that's in a hood covering the whole face, like how they are in the covens. Except for the hood was like green. It wasn't red. And I'm trying to fight it, and then I'm trying to figure out where everybody else is. And I see people coming. Like I said, like I'm an animal in the cage. I see people, neighbors coming out and looking at me. The windows wide open, like I'm in a cage. No one's there but me. And I think that the house is being broke into. So I'm like screaming and trying to fight this thing. And then I finally get it. I finally get the fact that I'm like, okay, I look like a caged animal, and people are looking at me like, what's going on with her? And so I calm down, and then I wake up. So I don't know what that means. I just know that that's probably what's going on right now. A lot of people are watching me, and some people think it's funny. Some people are at all. And some people are confused. So again, like I said, so I'm peeping the look that my cousin's wife and my aunt, they're looking at each other. And so the thing about it is, I thought that was strange. You say it's a stroke. You don't really know. Then, and I said this before, but I'm starting to remember the discussions. There was another discussion where we were talking. I don't remember, and we were talking, and her dad, my aunt's grandfather, not her dad, her aunt's grandfather. I mean, what am I saying? My aunt's grandmother. Yeah, grandfather, not grandmother, was in the Tuskegee experiment. Last name Alexander, if you want to look it up. The Tuskegee, because my family is from Tuskegee, Alabama. Sinclair, my dad's family. And so she told me that. And so I said, yeah, well, my uncle was in the Vietnam War, and I noticed that I have an ability to get people to say things they don't want to say. Because when I was talking to my uncle about Vietnam, what's the basic question that everybody asks? Did you unalive somebody? And I almost got him to answer that. But then he completely went into a depression. And I knew, even as a child, I knew that I had to stop. So that's the discussion that we were having with my aunt and uncle Sinclair, June and Claude, or Anthony, whatever his name is. So we were having that discussion, and she was saying something like, "Oh, your dad had a heart problem, and so maybe you should check out your heart." And so I'm like, "Okay, good advice. Good advice." She blamed my dad's death on the fact that he had high blood pressure like my grandmother, and he wasn't taking his pills, and that's probably why he had that stroke. But the thing about it though is I got a hold of some records, 2121 on Ancestry. I got a hold of some records, and it said that his place of entry on his hospital records, it said his place of entry was unknown. That means they don't know what, when, where, why, how. They don't know what happened. Nothing. So, I'm piecing things together because I'm sitting here and I'm like, how does my dad's birthday is February 8th. He dies March 8th. I met my grandmother February 19th. She passes away March 19th. I'm sitting here and I'm wondering, and I had a death spell sent to me in the month of March. So that's how I knew that it was my family that did it. Because I'm like, oh, so you think, oh, it worked for them, it's going to work on me. But see, the thing that you don't understand is I don't have that same blood. Yes, that's my dad and that's my grandmother, but we don't, it's my mom's line. It's my mom's line. You don't know who I am in spirit. And that's why I was trying to go through and go and talk about there's something to the curses of the clans. People, and I looked through the comments because there's a post that I put about the 15 Scottish curses, the clans curses. And so I'm trying to piece this together and go, I think it means something because when a royal line hooks up with a witch or somebody of a second sight, you produce a child, and that child breaks curses. That's what it is. Again, this because I'm looking at my life and my experience and what I know and what spirit is revealing to me. So that's why I think I survived the death spell, because I am important. I'm supposed to be here. I'm very important to the well-being of our future. Because this world right now needs some help. And you guys still don't listen. You still don't listen. You still think I'm the devil and I'm an abomination. But the thing about it is, not too many people survive death spells. That should already tell you something. Yeah, because a lot of you are at awe. And I remember too, whatever church y'all go to in Cleveland, I remember I was on Facebook and that man tried to friend me on Facebook. It was a pastor. And if y'all know me, you know me, I'm not too fond of churches. I'm not, because I see the effery that goes on in churches, and I see how church people act and how they talk to people. So I'm like, that's not real. That's, like I said, the devil copied his structure. His structure is the churches. The devil copied his churches. And then if you really think about the beginning of time, or the beginning of historical or humans, when God kicked the devil out of heaven, he kicked him out of heaven, and the devil produced down here on earth. God has never been down here. And if he has, it's only for a little bit of time. Remember, there are two realms. We have the upper realm and the lower realm. God is in the upper realm. He ain't down here. That's why they say, is earth hell? Because if you think about it, that's why I said that God didn't create the Garden of Eden. He never came down to earth. Where's my charge on? Oh my God, it's 2%. I knew it. Okay, we're going to have to finish this some other time. It's about to go out.